welcome to the Bankers interview series from the annual meetings of the IMF and World Bank in Washington. I'm Silvia Pavoni, economics editor of the bank, and I'm actually at the events organized by the IIF, the Institute of International Finance, and I'm here with Hans Humes, who is the chairman and chief executive of Greylock Capital. Hans, you're going to talk later on in a panel discussion about sovereign debt restructurings. Now, there has been lots of fuss about the structures, they should be changed, and many people have been involved in saying that the system is broken, but you are saying it is not broken. So why, what's all the fuss about?
Well, I don't really know. It's you know, my sense is there are obviously disruptions that are coming around because of the litigation with Argentina. And I guess there's a sense within groups like the IMF and certainly in academia that that is a signal that there's something broken in the system. Most of the people who are commenting on it, you know, really haven't been sitting at the table and working on the restructurings that are happening now on the sovereign side. And what's interesting is if you look at what's happened in a country like Belize or what's going on now in Grenada, what is actually working is the same kind of system we've been using for the last 20 years, that you get an ad hoc representative group of creditors to negotiate with the advisors and the representatives of the country. And usually you end up with a result that will get 90–95% acceptance, and you know, it's behind you. The case of Argentina is sort of unique. My vantage point is, I was the co-chairman of the creditor committee, that it was unique because the country really didn't want to negotiate with the creditors. They did everything they could not to engage with us. I don't know how clear that is to people, that this is really a case of a rogue country thumbing its nose first at the creditor committee, then the creditors, and now to the New York courts. So I'm a little surprised that there's not a little bit more discussion around what can be done to fix the problem vis-a-vis the countries. And my guess is that people are looking at it saying, well, it's obviously the evil finance people, and therefore we need to come up with this system.
Okay.
But it's not, you know, that it's impossible to put together a system that will have an outcome of a debt restructuring that will be fair to both sides.
So it is a compromise, obviously, but it is a structure that so far has been working. At least one side of the at the table has been delivering. The creditor side, right? And you're saying that on the other side perhaps has not always been playing the game.
There's a real concern about holdout creditors creating problems for countries, and for the most part that doesn't happen. And there have been many studies that holdout creditors are a very small percentage of the outstanding debt of a country, and it never really gets in the way of the reforms. I mean, there are issues, but the creditors have done a lot. We have agreed to aggregation clauses, there's collective action clauses, and really the idea, you know, if you look at it, anytime there's been a negotiation, it has come up with a 90+% acceptance. So there isn't a problem. Now, I guess a bit of the issue is there isn't a, you know, step-by-step handbook on how it gets done, because like any negotiation, you know, there's a lot of moving pieces. You know, each one is unique, and there are interpersonal dynamics, there's political influences. So if you come up with a rule book, it's not going to apply in every case. And I think that many bureaucrats want a rule book. The rule book,
okay. And perhaps also there is maybe a bit of a trend fashion in blaming on the nasty finances, and it's become a bit of a sexy topic.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Sorry, the restructuring, that's why everybody is trying to comment on it, do you think? And do you think that this is a phase that will phase down?
No, I think, yeah. Right. I mean, it's always very catchy to talk about vulture funds and, you know, Wall Street making millions. So that won't go out of fashion. Okay, well, we'll hear then, keep on hearing about it, and hopefully to keep on hearing your views as well. Thanks so much.